the late rising sun. Imagine a city where the sun seems to sleep in, a city where dawn breaks unusually late. People wake to the clock, not the sun. This is not a fantasy, but a reality in a remote corner of the world. A land far removed. This city lies in western China. It's thousands of miles from the bustling east coast. Here, nestled in a valley, time seems to move differently. The rhythm of life is dictated by a unique set of circumstances. One nation, one time. A concept that seems almost paradoxical in a country as vast and diverse as China. China, despite its vast size, operates on a single time zone. This means that from the bustling streets of Beijing to the remote villages in the far west, everyone sets their clocks to the same time. This means that the clock tells the same time in Beijing and in this distant city. Imagine a country where the time is uniform, yet the experiences of time are vastly different. However, the sun rises and sets at very different times in these two locations. In Beijing, the sun might rise at 6 a.m., while in the western regions, it could be as late as 9 a.m. This creates a unique rhythm to daily life across the nation. For farmers in the east, the day begins with the first light of dawn, aligning their activities with the natural cycle of the sun. Meanwhile, in the west, people might start their day in the dark, waiting for the sun to catch up with the clock. Office workers in major cities like Shanghai and Guangzhou start their workday at the same time as those in Urumqi, despite the significant difference in daylight hours. This synchronization can lead to a surreal experience where the time on the clock doesn't always match the natural light outside. Even social activities are influenced by this single time zone. Families across the country might sit down for dinner at 7 p.m., but while some enjoy the meal under the evening sky, others might still have the sun high above. Traditional festivals and celebrations also follow this unified time, creating a sense of national cohesion. Yet the experience of these events can vary greatly depending on the region's natural light. Traveling across China by train or plane, one can witness the dramatic changes in the landscape and time perception. The journey from east to west is not just a geographical one, but also a temporal experience. The single time zone policy was established to streamline administration and foster unity. However, it also requires the people to adapt their daily routines to a standardized time, sometimes at odds with their natural environment. Schools, businesses and government offices all operate on Beijing time, ensuring a synchronized schedule across the nation. This uniformity simplifies communication and coordination, but also presents unique challenges. In the western regions, night markets might open later and stay active well into the night, reflecting the delayed sunset. This creates a vibrant nightlife that contrasts with the early-to-bed culture in the east. Despite these differences, the single time zone fosters a sense of unity and shared identity. It is a testament to China's ability to harmonize its vast and diverse landscape under one temporal umbrella. One nation, one time. A unique approach that blends tradition with modernity, creating a cohesive yet diverse tapestry of life across China. The clock versus the sun. This age-old debate has fascinated humanity for centuries as we strive to understand the intricate dance between our mechanical inventions and the celestial bodies that govern our natural world. This difference can be explained by understanding solar time. Solar time is a concept that dates back to ancient civilizations, where people relied on the sun's position to organize their daily activities. Unlike the precise ticking of a clock, solar time is fluid and changes with the seasons. Solar time is determined by the position of the sun in the sky. As the Earth rotates on its axis, the sun appears to move across the sky, creating a natural rhythm that has guided human life for millennia. This movement is not uniform, leading to variations in solar time throughout the year. When the sun is at its highest point, it's noon solar time. This moment, known as solar noon, occurs when the sun crosses the local meridian and is directly overhead. Solar noon can vary by several minutes, depending on your location and the time of year. Official time, however, is standardized across regions. This standardization was introduced to create a uniform timekeeping system that could support the needs of modern society, such as coordinating transportation schedules and international communication. The concept of time zones was developed to reconcile the differences between solar time and the mechanical time kept by clocks. In ancient times, sundials were used to measure solar time. These devices, which cast a shadow on a marked surface, allowed people to estimate the time of day based on the sun's position. Sundials were an essential tool for early astronomers and navigators. The introduction of mechanical clocks in the 14th century revolutionized timekeeping. These clocks, which relied on gears and escapements, provided a more consistent and accurate measure of time. However, they also highlighted the discrepancies between solar time and mechanical time. The development of time zones in the 19th century was a significant step towards standardizing time. Sir Sandford Fleming, a Canadian engineer, proposed dividing the world into 24 time zones, each 1 hour apart. This system was adopted at the International Meridian Conference in 1884 and remains in use today. Today, we rely on digital clocks and atomic timekeeping to maintain precise time. Atomic clocks, which measure the vibrations of atoms, are incredibly accurate and are used to define the international standard for time. Despite this precision, the natural rhythm of solar time continues to influence our daily lives. Whether we follow the clock or the sun, our perception of time is deeply connected to the natural world. The sun's journey across the sky not only marks the passage of hours, but also influences our moods, activities, and even our health. Embracing both the mechanical and celestial aspects of time can enrich our understanding of the world around us. Life in a different time zone. In this city, the sun rises around 10 a.m. official time. This unique schedule is a result of the city's geographical location and its adherence to a time zone that doesn't quite match the natural rhythm of the sun. The city has adapted to this unusual timing, creating a lifestyle that is both fascinating and challenging. This means that residents wake up to darkness, even though it's officially morning. The streets are quiet, and the city is enveloped in a serene, almost mystical darkness. People start their day in a way that feels almost nocturnal, with the soft glow of streetlights guiding their path. They eat breakfast while it's still dark outside. The morning meal, often considered the most important of the day, takes on a different character here. Families gather around the table, the dim light creating a cozy, intimate atmosphere. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee and warm toast fills the air, providing a comforting start to the day. Children go to school before the sunrise. The journey to school is an adventure in itself, with kids bundled up against the early morning chill. They walk or ride their bikes through the darkened streets, their breath visible in the cold air. The city slowly comes to life as they make their way to their classrooms, where the lights are already on, welcoming them to a new day of learning. As the children settle into their school day, the rest of the city begins to stir. Workers head to their jobs, the hum of activity gradually increasing. Offices and shops open their doors, and the city starts to buzz with the energy of a new day. Despite the darkness, there's a sense of anticipation and purpose in the air. In the parks, morning joggers can be seen making their rounds, their breath forming small clouds in the crisp air. The contrast between the dark sky and the vibrant energy of the joggers is striking. It's a testament to the resilience and adaptability of the city's residents, who have learned to thrive in this unique environment. Cafes begin to open, offering a warm refuge for those looking to start their day with a hot drink and a bite to eat. The smell of freshly baked pastries wafts through the air, drawing people in. These cafes become hubs of activity, where friends and colleagues meet to catch up before heading off to their respective tasks. Finally, as the morning progresses, the sun begins to rise, casting a golden glow over the city. The skyline is bathed in light, and the city is fully awake. The transition from darkness to light is a daily reminder of the unique rhythm of life in this time zone. It's a place where the day starts in darkness, but ends in the brilliance of the sun. Adapting to the light. The people of this city have adapted to this unusual schedule. Blackout curtains are common to block out the late rising sun. Meal times are slightly adjusted to align with daylight hours. Life goes on despite the time discrepancy. Kashgar, a city out of sync. This extraordinary city is Kashgar. Located in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region of China, Kashgar showcases a fascinating blend of culture and adaptation. Life here is a testament to human resilience and our ability to adjust to unusual circumstances. The resilience of the human spirit. Kashgar's story is a reminder that time is a relative concept. It's a human construct that we use to order our lives. But ultimately, it's the human spirit, our ability to adapt and thrive, that truly defines us.